Welcome everyone to this Tuesday night, just a bit outside radio show live on the air. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. Share the link, share the love. We are live on YouTube, on Facebook, and it's kind of a down week for us here at Jabo. Not exactly the greatest of weeks sports wise, but we're gonna get through this. You got Mark, you got Keisha.
All I'm gonna say is
I hope that's not all you're gonna say since it's a radio show.
Oh no. Outsiders, we have a lot to talk about that we're gonna try to cram in this 45, 50 minutes. What's up, y'all? Let's get right into it. What's going on around town? DMV. We've been talking about it for the past, I feel like month and a half, but it is finally here. And I'm referring to, for all of my degenerate gambling friends out there, in-person betting is set to go down in Baltimore and, surrounding areas, I believe. It seems as if we are all set and on track to start with in-person betting at Baltimore casinos, and the wagers right now are currently capped at, do you know how much what the cap is?
No, I haven't heard this.
You want to take a wild guess?
100,000.
$5 million.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, with the way football has been going, I don't know if there's anybody out there willing to, quote unquote, risk it all at this moment. But yes, capped at $5 million. And once the weekend gets through, I'm going to see what type of data I can pull up, see if I can find anything, see if anybody was bold enough to do that the first official betting weekend and in the Baltimore area. Man, $5 million.
So basically, it's December. Christmas came early. Santa delivered for Keisha just a little bit early this year.
Look, Santa Keisha had to deliver for somebody else before she started fooling around with them casinos. But yes, just in time for the holidays, and as promised, in time for the NFL playoffs, before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I do know that Horseshoe. Well, I've been hearing that in terms of revenue, Horseshoe and Live has been hurting a little bit. So this, I'm pretty sure they're taking this as good news.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah. So yeah, there it is. You guys get down there. I'll see you at Horseshoe and Live this weekend. All right, what else is going? Yeah, sure.
Question is, will you actually go home this weekend?
Right, I'll be posted up in a chair with my eyes fried, watching every last screen that they have available.
Lauren will go home, come back. You ready to go yet?
Yeah, or bring me some lunch, or give me some lunch money or something.
Can't be eating at that Gordon Ramsay place all weekend.
Yeah. Oh my God, that place is like insane. Cheese and crackers. Let's just go a little bit outside. There's a couple of quick topics I want to throw out there that I just found, so interesting, and I just wanted to throw out there. I said we're gonna go just a bit outside. So this first little topic is in relation to getting vaccinated, and I feel like this is something that we should talk about, or we should at least put it out there. Apparently, Mayor, what's his name? What's my boy's name? Brandon Scott. Yeah, Brandon Scott has announced that Baltimore will be paying its municipal workers $1,000 to get vaxxed or to be vaccinated. So, all my people out there in the 410, if you're working for the city, this might be something you might want to consider. The deal is that, in order to get the $1,000, you got to be completely vaccinated by January 14th.
Is it too late to get a job at the city?
Right. I'm like, man, I'm trying to think, like, who do I know that works for the city? You know, it's crazy. But you know, what a great incentive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that will definitely, especially coming off of the Christmas holiday, that'll definitely give some people who aren't vaccinated cause to, you know, go ahead and get that done.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Great idea.
Absolutely.
And keeping it with the whole COVID vaccine thing, man, this is gonna be our first WTF of the night.
Oh no.
Oh man, this is crazy. So this 23-year-old kid from Owens Mills, I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to do all that. But this dude is facing federal charges in relation to COVID and the vaccine. Apparently, this kid has been caught with distributing over 600 fake vaccination cards.
Oh, so he was Antonio Brown's hookup.
That just kind of blew my mind. First of all, what 23-year-old kid knows 600 people? I mean, I guess in the day and age of social media, anything goes. But
yeah, throw that up on the right Reddit page, and yeah.
Right, I'm gonna say to be able to even get in contact with over 600 people to distribute that, man. And then on the flip side of that, how many of y'all out there with it made me wonder, like, how many people are out there with fake vaccination cards?
At least 600 that we know of now.
You got at least 600 that we know, right, man? That thing was kind of mind blowing to me, for real.
Damn.
Yeah. It's wild. We're gonna keep it going. Let's light that up. Just lighten things up a little bit because that was kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Also in the 410, and this is in the Charles Village / Homewood area, Johns Hopkins University is putting their tennis courts to good use in the off season.
Really?
Yeah, really cool idea. They are going to have a pop-up ice rink, also starting January 14th.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you're a student or, affiliated with the university, so I guess that means either work for or go to these schools, the rentals and everything will be free.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for something to do, nice family, fun activity, of course, make sure you come masked up and whatnot. Johns Hopkins will have something for you to do starting January 14th.
That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Really cool.
I got a 410 thing for you here, and kind of bringing it back down a little mellow, but very interesting. I found it, and I haven't checked it out yet, but
okay.
An HBO Max documentary dropped today. And
yes, I was literally going to talk about that next.
Yes,
let's do it.
Okay.
Slow Hustle.
The Slow Hustle, yeah.
Yes.
And it's really crazy that it's coming to HBO Max because that means it's getting like worldwide attention. But for those of us here, like we've been here since it's been like 4 years now, right?
It's been at least 3 or 4 years because we've been in COVID damn near, too. So yeah.
Yeah. So
insane. For
the people out of the area that don't know, there was a Baltimore police detective, Sean Suter, who was shot and killed right around Thanksgiving. I remember that 3 or 4 years ago. And the case just got crazier and crazier. He was supposed to testify at a federal hearing or whatever trial regarding this Baltimore gun trace task force with crooked cops, and it was like ruled a suicide. Then like the Maryland State Police got involved, and to my knowledge, it still hasn't been solved. But
you're absolutely correct. That is correct.
It's going to be interesting to see what this documentary digs up.
Yes, I am very intrigued about this documentary, and I'm also surprised that I didn't even hear about this in the making. This thing just kind of like popped up on me.
Yeah, they dropped the trailer like mid-November, I want to say, but I hadn't heard anything about it before then.
Yeah. So, as Mark said, on HBO Max, documentary on Sean Suter, there's going to be, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some interesting tidbits that no one has heard of yet. Yeah. And I am just really interested to, view and hear more from the Baltimore, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully, the Baltimore City Police, because as Mark said, this case was unsolved, and the details of it was just so baffling, and not only baffling, but just sounded so shady that many people thought that it was, how can I put it, an inside job.
Yeah.
And that's horrible, man, So, very great documentary. I believe the young lady that is putting on, she's well known and accredited, and she's great. So, especially if you're in the 410, this definitely hits close at home and near and dear to the heart. Make sure you show this sister some love and check out that documentary on, it's HBO Max, right?
Yeah. And I forget the lady's name now, but like you said, the filmmaker that did it, she's very accomplished. She's been nominated for an Academy Award for documentary, if not won.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be a pretty interesting show.
Yeah, I believe she did, excuse me, she did a documentary on Black Lives Matter. I believe I remember reading that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys definitely show some love. Check that out, because that is definitely an unsolved mystery that they're going to provide some more color to starting tonight, right? I think it might start like in a half hour.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's this? 7:13 45 minutes. I believe it starts at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
It's either 8 or 9. So yeah. So after the show, tune in, check it out.
Check it out for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And good job, man. Because I swear to God, I was going to talk about that next. It's crazy.
Always on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Okay. So some more, depending upon who you are and how you're looking at it, sombering news. We talked last week about the kind of slide that the Maryland Terrapins, both men and women, team had been going on, and apparently it kind of continued for the men, because for after 10 seasons as being head coach for the University of Maryland Terps, Mark Turgeon steps down mid-season. Really surprising. That it happened. Let me say, really surprising that it happened mid-season, Mark.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if something else was happening behind the scenes for it to happen so quickly like that.
Yeah. Maybe, usually sometimes, when this type of thing arises, it's a difference in philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Maryland has a fairly talented team, man. And, they started off preseason with some pretty big expectations and hopes. The pre-AP poll had them in top 20. And now it's looking like, the analysts are saying that, at 30 team. So, disappointing, especially to the powers that be. And, at least they gave him a chance to step down as opposed to saying, you're fired.
Yeah.
I guess that always looks better.
Yeah. And what's crazy, too, is he had just signed an extension in April, like 3 more seasons.
Right. That's why I said surprising, especially, with it being mid-season and all. So, now the Maryland Terps, who, have, a lot of experience in the tournament, the NCAA tournament, they've got a lot of things to figure out on the road ahead. And, they're going to start, the talks have already started about, who they'd like to be the replacement, who they're looking for. And, I don't know if that replacement that would be even crazier, going to be named during this season or after. I'm not sure. Have you heard of who the interim coach is going to be in the meantime?
I heard what was it last night? But I can't remember the name right now.
Okay, so they do have an interim head coach right now.
One of the assistants. Yeah.
He stepped up. Okay. I know that guy's probably shitting in his pants right now. But yeah, man. I mean, would you say 10 seasons? Is that an era? I mean, they
oh, for sure, it's an era.
Yeah, kind of done a lot in that time. You know, I mean, they've had their share of success. You know, so you know, yeah, end of an era, and I'm pretty sure he won't be without a job for long.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He you know, he's got a pretty good, pretty decent track record as well. So yeah, man, big news, big news, and for the Terps. Well, let's just give a brief update on the girls. You know, I felt like I jinxed them last week, and gee, Lord, I'm talking to you now. I hope I'm not doing it again, but you know, they turned things around, and they got one more win under the belt, and they have jumped up a couple of spots now, and they're sitting at number 8 in the rankings. So, you know, we'll be following them and hoping that they continue to keep up that good work.
For sure.
So, switching from college and on to the professional realm of sports, we got to do it. We got to do it outside of. We have to do it, Flock. But to me, this is the most interesting topic of the show tonight. We got to talk about the Ravens-Steelers game that went down on Sunday. Outcome surprising. Yeah, I really feel like, in regards to how people felt about it, it's like really split down the middle. Either you loved it or you just hated it. You know. But let me just give you just a quick like summary or whatever. Steelers won 2019 over the Ravens. This was a very important game. Had the Ravens won, I believe they would have been in sole possession of the number 1 spot in the AFC. And if not, maybe the Patriots might have been tied with them.
No, they would have been the number 1 because they had
been the number 1. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, but I feel like they were going to be the number 1 because that was one of my biggest gripes about this, the way this whole thing ended. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I got to choose my words carefully when it comes to the Ravens, too, because fans are so insane. But, yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mediocre game from Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And would you agree with that? I mean, judging from what we're used to, I mean, I don't know what's been going on the past couple of weeks. I always try to defer to, well, you know, when the offensive line is playing well, you know, the team as a whole plays well. And, I mean, my man got banged up a good 7 times during this game, you know. Villanueva was back at home and feeling nostalgic. I don't know what the hell.
MVP for the Steelers right there.
Yeah. But 23 for 37. That's not bad. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 253 yards. His QBR was 42.5, though.
Ouch.
Yeah, and when that is significantly lower than Ben Roethlisberger, who was at 64.3, that's pretty upsetting, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disheartening. Last week we talked extensively how this is a game that they should have just blown it out.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, this week they have a Browns team that got a bye week that's fully rested. It's a scary proposition coming up here.
Right, and then we already beat them once.
Yeah, and that was another close game.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been kind of squeaking out the wins. I mean, Lamar's been, I don't know, it just seems like the theme for Lamar this season is I wake up in the fourth quarter or something. I don't know, especially with these last 2-3 games.
Yeah. I mean, and we're one of the most banged up teams
We are.
in the league. We have one of the I think like one of the top two as far as injuries go. Us and the Packers. The whole running back core went down before the season started. Cornerbacks just keep on getting picked off left and right, and injury after injury after injury. Like, yes, it's next man up, but you can only go so far on the bench.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we lost
Marlon Humphrey.
Humphrey for the season, and
yeah,
I think he's been such a huge part of the defense. Like, losing him, John Harbaugh says he's not concerned, but I mean, he's the coach.
That's what he's supposed to say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get up there and be like, dude, we're wetting the bed right now.
I haven't heard of them working out anyone to sign, but I hope that's what they're doing, because we need some help.
Yeah. To kind of, piggyback on Harb's talk. I mean, I believe he also said, like, we literally don't have any corners left, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty. What everybody's been arguing about for the past 2 days or whatever. Fourth quarter, end of the game. We, Lamar came in. I mean, what was that, like a less than 2 minute drill?
Yeah.
Getting down the field, and I mean, I got to ask you, Mark. I mean, were you not impressed with that drive in particular?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
That's what the NFL is all about these days. Like, these drives in the last 2 minutes of halves. Like, we've seen it so many times, especially out of the Ravens lately. But pretty much every single team in the league will play like crap for three quarters in 13 minutes, and then like the last 2 minutes, we get these amazing drives, amazing plays, bombs. Just yes, we like excitement, but let's make the whole game exciting.
Yeah. Don't wait till the last 2 minutes to be like, oh shit, the game's about to end.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But I mean, that last drive, I mean, I liked it. It was smooth. I mean, the offense was really rolling. We get down, we scored the touchdown, and there was, a little bit of dramatic wait in between, because there was a timeout, and Tucker was on the field, and, we're like, all right, and it's so funny because, I was listening to the broadcast, and the dude Romo.
Jesus.
I know. Like, at first, I was kind of digging him, but now he gets on my effing nerves. I gotta watch it because I know my mama probably listening. But he's kind of irritating because he's done a couple of our games this season, and I just really don't like the attitude. I feel like he's got some shit with the Ravens. I mean, he probably does. I mean, we gave him our share of goodness when it came to defense.
I think him and Howard Ray like are long lost brothers or something, because Romo, like, he came off as a hater, like.
Yeah, I think he does every game. It's always, I feel like there's always one or two little jabs, unless if you're not from the 410 for real, you might not pick up on it. But there's always like little things that he's saying. I be like, man, was that like? Makes you wonder if it's shade. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Lamar should not have made that throw. It's like, seriously, dude. Like, he's got no O-line. Yeah. Everyone's in his face. Yeah. He's doing what he can.
It's very clear that he's not a Lamar Jackson fan.
Yeah.
It's very clear. And I'm not sure. I don't understand why, and maybe might be a little hateration, due to the skill set. I mean, they're both quarterbacks, I don't know.
Maybe it's concussions.
Yeah. Always say CTE. No. But let's get back to the game. But yeah, so we're watching the game. There's all of this little bit of drama going in the back and forth. And Tony Romo says, I want to see them go for two here. And he said something to that effect. And I was like, yeah, I bet you would. You want us to lose. And, and then Justin Tucker walks off the field. And I literally said, "Are you bleeping kidding me?" And Lamar Jackson in the offense, they go back out there. Who do we go to? Of course, everybody knows this as well, because hey, we're kind of we're a little limited right now with everything. I mean, we're banged up, and we only have. Really, it just seems like it seems that Mark Andrews is the guy in that situation.
Yeah.
And they elected to go with a pass play that ultimately bounced off the tips of Andrews' fingers and onto the ground. The Ravens lost. There was a lot of tears that started to fall when that game ended, not just on the field, but off the field, at home, in the bar. I mean, I can only imagine what some of those bars were like when everything was all said and done, man. Mark, I got to ask you, man. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me check this time. You know what? We're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, Keisha and Mark, we're going to break this whole thing down for you, give us our thoughts and feelings, and also give you guys a chance to chime in as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Just a Bit Outside.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Share that link, share that love, and commiserate with us on this Ravens wrap up.
All right, yes. When we left off, we were talking about the Sunday game between the Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens lost last play of the game, 20-19. 2-point conversion attempt was unsuccessful. And Mark, I just wanted to get your feelings on Coach Harbaugh's call.
Well, it's funny because even before Romo said, I want them to go for 2 here, I wondered to myself whether they would go for 2. Like, would they go for the win or would they go for the tie and take the OT? I never thought in my life they would actually do it.
Right.
And initially I was really pissed off that, they went for it, and of course we lost. Even the announcer said 99 times out of 100, Mark Andrews just touches that ball with his fingertips, he's going to get it in. It's like that one time that he dropped it. Lamar was pressured. He had, probably like 25 Steelers came through that line and were pressuring him. He had nowhere to run, nowhere to look.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back on it, And I know, like, you're gonna think there's like the most political answer possible. Initially, I hated it, but looking back on it, I think even in a defeat, it gives Harbaugh the, I guess, the benefit of the doubt. It shows that he has confidence in Lamar. It shows that he has confidence in his team. Moving forward, especially picking up after a loss, hopefully it spurs the team on to know that they have the coach's trust and that they can move on and hopefully take care of their business with the Browns next week, because this schedule is just going to keep getting rougher and rougher. And I'm not going to say I fear that we're not going to make the playoffs, but I think it's a real possibility.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say to that and to everyone, because, now that we're on day 2, and, everybody has settled down, I'm starting to hear this a whole lot. So this is what I am going to say to that. This is what you tell yourself to make yourself feel better after you have been pissed for a whole 36 hours. That's what you tell. I mean, that's what fans tell us. After I thought about it, that probably was a good idea. Man, hell no. Hell, I'm going to do it again. Hell no. I'm still mad. And for everybody that said, now that they thought about it, you're just saying that to make yourself feel better. I'm not going to knock the hustle. I'm not going to knock the hustle because it hurts. It hurts. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But, this is the thing. Now, we're in like some 4-way tie, right?
Yeah.
4-way tie with the Chiefs, who started off the season booty Huff, but they trended upward like a mug. The Bills, who managed to drop that game. I don't know how the hell they did that last. I was just irritated like all Sunday. But we'll get to the Bills in a minute.
Yes.
And gosh, who were the 2 other teams? Regardless, the point is that the teams that we are tied with right now, they're kind of trending upward right now. And now, you even said it yourself, Mark. You even said it yourself. There's a possibility, and I can't believe you said that. You hurt me to my heart when you said it, but it's the truth. There's a possibility that we could be on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, right now we have the conference. We're in the lead, or in the division, but it's way too tight.
Entirely. And now we also gave Pittsburgh, who was like ready to dig their 6 feet, lay down, all the confidence in the world. I mean, all the Steelers fans now, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. I'm like, man, what the? I mean, to me, that it was just, and it still feels like so detrimental on so many levels. I mean, I gotta ask you, Mark, and I'm gonna throw this out here to the outsiders as well. Do we not want to play to obtain the first round bye? Hell, we are limping along as it is, dude. I'm a probability and statistics gal. You know this about me, Mark.
Yeah.
And yes, statistically speaking, when we watch games, first 3 quarters or whatever, Harbaugh wants to go on 4th down, go ahead. We all like, yeah, go ahead, bro. Do that. Because we got that. But, past 2 games, Lamar's, has 5 interceptions. Freeman, he's doing fantastic. And me personally, I would have liked to have seen them go to do some type of running thing as opposed to throwing the ball. You know what I mean? My thing is, don't get drunk off your own juice. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like, and there's nothing wrong with a little confidence. But that people do not realize the magnitude of that game and how much was at stake.
Oh, for sure.
And like the way that I've been trying to, and okay, also too. Let's speak on the defensive side um, of this call and the ball-headed reasoning that's been thrown around. Everybody's got ball-headed reasoning, but yes, we were completely depleted, in the backfield in regards to pass coverage and whatnot. Yes, I understand that. Yes, people are saying, "Oh, our defense was gassed." Okay, yeah. I mean, Pittsburgh pretty much scored all their points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But dog, we continuously set the bar when it comes to defense, dog. We are known for our defense. You know what I'm saying? Prior to, Pittsburgh had only scored 3 points in the first 3 quarters. The way that there was with the pass play, there was only two options. You know what I mean? The one with the 2-point conversion, either catches it or he don't catch it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and with an overtime, yeah, you might not want to do it, but the number of the number of possible outcomes so much greater. And the way that I've been trying to explain it, and I'm always going to put this because it was a gamble. I'm gonna put this joint in gambling terms. You got yourself $500 in your pocket, and you're walking up to the casino because you want to play a little blackjack, right?
Okay.
Do you put your $500 down on the first hand? What the hell, man? Because that's 50-50 too. You win it all, or you lose it all. Do you do that? No, man, no. We should have. I still, in my heart of hearts, I mean, Lord, y'all know I love my team. I still feel as though, you take that shit in overtime. You still believe in Lamar. You still, you still believe. I mean, in the outcome. I mean, what? Maybe a sack. Shoot, maybe a fumble. Who knows? Maybe a 3-0. We get the ball back. I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Man, it was just really frustrating to watch, For me. Mark, I want you to hit up some of these comments on the feed, please.
All right, let me see here. Harry's feeling a particular way about the coaches. Giro, James Urban, and Steve Saunders should not be back on staff next year. Joe D'Alessandro, the line coach, can get his walking papers too. I mean, I can't disagree with any of that. And actually, that kind of plays into something I've been thinking about, and I want to run this past you. Okay,
let's do it.
And I kind of got this feeling a couple weeks ago, and week after week after week is just kind of this thoughts just kept fermenting and just growing in my brain.
Okay.
There's a lot about this Ravens team. A lot. Injured O-line, injured players across the whole team.
Yes.
The play just hasn't been up to standards. A lot of this is really reminding me of the 2011 season and that 2011 team.
Oh, Lord.
Now, mind you, they kind of had that 2011 team had a massive loss to Denver.
Yeah.
And fired Cam Cameron. And went on one hell of a streak and rode it all the way to Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year, but a lot of what's going on is reminding me of that season. We need just that one little spark, that change, to really fire up the team and get them playing. Like, am I off base on that?
No. I mean, if you really think about it, no. And we did that with Joe Flacco. So I mean, and for all those people out there in them damn Raven group and everything right now, because of this game and everything, want to say that Joe Flacco was better than Lamar Jackson. You can gobble up a bag of what, because no. Lamar has twice the talent of Joe Flacco, and you could do so much more with him. So, I don't know. That's definitely, you've definitely given me as well as the outsiders something to think about with that angle.
Now, since what happened last time was firing the offensive coordinator, let's just do that again and see if it works.
Hey, I wouldn't be opposed to that, man. Because I feel like all season, the biggest thing that you want, and I'm going to say let's start with next week. If you're a late bloomer, maybe the week 15, you want to have some consistency going into the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the offense, we just have not had that. We haven't. I feel as though we have not had that this season.
Yeah.
So maybe it's time for a fresh approach or something. I mean, like I said, I never, as pissed as I was, I didn't allow myself to think about that, entertain that idea. But I mean, I like your take on it. I like it.
Roman's play calling and just his plays in general have been criticized the last couple seasons. It's not like it's new.
Yeah.
So yeah. Ideally what I'd love to see happen actually is like get rid of Greg Roman and bring in someone like Sonny Dykes as offensive coordinator. I know he's a head coach in college right now, but I'm sure he'd jump up to the NFL.
I don't know if you remember me saying this. I said this last season.
Yeah.
I would like the Ravens to get a college coach. For Lamar. I'm all for it, yo.
Sonny Dykes has experience with like mobile quarterbacks, so
yeah. I mean, his play to me is, that's the kind of like the shift that professional football is going in, but it's more of a college style.
Oh yeah.
Creative, fast play. Definitely. I mean, geez, most of the quarterback Heisman Trophy candidates and top picks, most of these quarterbacks, man, these dudes run too.
Yeah.
And with college, some of those quarterbacks they do Lamar numbers like all day long.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So and the NFL now, I mean, they need to get some younger coaches in there, man. I honestly feel that way.
They're kind of going that way, but
it's going. But we need to, I don't want let's go full head on, man. Let's get some of these guys a chance, and let's get some new football, man. So I'm all for that. Yeah. I'm all for that. Do we have any other comments on the feed that you want to address?
Let me see here. Here we just put up, Harbaugh doesn't want to hire any young person that can take his job.
Yeah, that's the supreme hateration right there, man. That's the equivalent of your boss not wanting to show you shit because they don't want you to take their job. That's crazy, man. If that's the case, that is crazy.
I think Harbaugh's securing his job. Like, he's got a great relationship with Bishotti. He's been here 13, 14 seasons now.
Great track record.
Yeah,
we win,
the third or fourth most tenured coach in the league, something like that.
Yeah.
So we would have to go on a huge losing slump to get rid of Harbaugh.
Speaking of coaches, I'll tell you somebody who was so happy with that friggin' outcome on Sunday. Mike Tomlin, because that mug was on the hot seat like hell. Tell you like that, eyes popping all up out his head.
Wondering about that game too. Like, I don't know if you got the apps on your phone and all that.
Yeah.
Was it Friday or Saturday? All of a sudden, like, my phone blew up with Ben Roethlisberger is going to retire at the end of the season. Like, telling friends, telling teammates, this might be his last year. I'm like, if that's the case, like, maybe it just spurred on the team to want to get a win for him, and they're going to go back to the shit they've been doing the rest of the season next week.
Well, they got a game coming up this Thursday against Minnesota Vikings, man, which is kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NFC. So I guess we'll be able to see, if they're going to continue, if they're going to trend upward or just, be who I think they are.
Yeah.
Like my man Green said, they are who we think they are. But yeah, man, just really interesting decisions. I mean, like even when you break it down and you consider all possible outcomes, just very unfortunate way to end the game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So let's get off of the Ravens. Let's talk a little bit. Gosh, we run out of time. All right. Let's talk about Monday Night Football game between the Bills and the Patriots. Another very interesting game. Also, high stakes. I mean, as a result, Patriots and Coach Belichick, they're in first place now. How surprised were you at the outcome of that game and the way that game was played? I mean, as much as I hate this guy, I mean, Belichick is just a master. He's like a king's gambit in regards to, chess moves within the game.
Yeah, I had this as one of my WTFs too, because
yeah,
it's only the third NFL game that a team has only thrown 3 passes the entire game, and that's exactly what they did with Mac Jones. He went 2 of 3 for 19 yards. Otherwise, they did like 43, 46 running plays, and they win 14-10.
Yeah,
it's amazing, and the conditions is kind of what required it. The winds were whipping up to like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was expecting a high-scoring game, but I mean, you could visibly tell, especially when a couple of those field goals were kicked. The movement on the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the one Bills guy, I think he missed one from like 36 and was just looking like Christ Almighty.
Yeah, and that's one of the big factors for kickers that you just don't know what's going to happen with that wind.
Yeah, and 40 miles an hour, you said 40 miles an hour, that's a beast.
Yeah, I remember there was a game last season or the season before that when it was really whipping, it was snow. I forget who was playing, but like they didn't even kick extra points because the wind was going so hard. Like they kept on going for 2-point conversions.
It's crazy. But yeah, Bills drop a game to a team that only attempted to make a pass 3 times. And it was so funny, like it was literally so crazy and mind-boggling to everyone. After the game, the post-game interview conference with the Bills players.
Yeah.
There was this one guy, and you know what? I can't even feel sorry for this guy because reporters be trying it. They be trying it. So they had Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. I believe they might be corners for the Bills. They had but the 2 defensive players for the Buffalo Bills up at the table, and this guy asked them how they felt about losing to a team that only attempted 3 passes. Yo, they went the hell off on this dude, both of them. And I know that guy probably peed a little bit. It was like really scared walking back to his car because the one guy, I believe it might have been Micah Hyde. He was like, yo, I see what you're trying to do. We won't forget this. I won't forget this. I mean, it was totally like a oh shit moment. I mean, it was completely quiet when they got up and walked out. It was, and I'm pretty sure everybody was looking at that dude like, ooh, it's just craziness.
I wonder what news organization he is with. Like, was he from a Bills reporting pool, Patriots reporting pool, maybe national because it was a nationally televised game?
Yeah.
But if he's covering the Bills, like he's not going to go to the next game.
Dude, I mean, Bills Mafia is so strong. I cannot imagine that was a Bills reporter that would be that freaking insensitive. I'm going more along the lines of national.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
For real. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go on. But man, I mean, that was crazy. So, and that also gave you a taste of, how the Bills players felt about that game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were equally pissed with us here in the 410. You know, I mean, jeez, just really disappointed, man. I was really looking for Josh Allen and the Bills, who have been playing well, to really, shut down this Belichick Mac Jones hype, man.
Yeah.
I was really looking for them to do that, and all I can say at this point is like, man, I just gotta say that the weather playing a factor,
Yeah.
in the game, yeah, man. So, but I'm gonna go just a bit. I'm gonna stay with the game, but go just a bit outside of the game for a WTF of my own. And I'm going to go ahead and say best part of the whole game. And I believe Peyton, Eli, and David Letterman agree with me on this because they totally went in. There was I don't know if you saw this, Mark, but there was a point in the game. Bill Belichick is on the sideline, yo, right? And I mean, dude, you're the head coach, so you got to know, like, you're gonna be on the screen good part of the game. They always, they always like to show the coach to see the reactions or see how the coach is feeling. But man, this dude Bill Belichick, is on the sideline, and it was like a little bit of snow out there. We talked about the conditions. This probably was cold as all hell, But Bill Belichick likes to do, the hoodie thing.
Yep.
And he's standing out there and he's observing the game, probably, marveling in his excellence, telling himself how awesome he is, And this Bama, like, blows his nose in his hand, wipes it off of his face, and then, in the true fashion of a 3-year-old, wipes it on his chest, on his shirt. Dude, I'm going to put the clip up on for Peyton and Eli. Yo, their Monday night little broadcast, they had David Letterman on at the time. Yo, they roasted Bill Belichick so hard for that, yo. It was hilarious and equally scary and disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. And I'm telling, listen, let this be a cautionary tale for all of you. COVID is still out there. Omarion or Omicron or whatever they calling that jam right now is still out there. You got people sneezing in their hands and just wiping that shit on their, oh my God. But I was like, Lord, I did not just see that.
Now, devil's advocate, maybe, you yourself said it was cold. Maybe he was just trying to warm up his hands and like a snot rocket flew out an accident.
Yo, I know. 5 minutes after he did that, he had like a nice, shiny, plastic-looking spot right in the middle of his chest. So disgusting, man. So crazy. And to me, best part of the game. Most.
Now, after the game, like the players and the coaches, they hug and shake hands and stuff.
Oh man, I ain't even. Oh Lord. Oh God, we'll just let you. Outsiders, we're gonna let your imagination run wild with that. Really quickly, do you have a booty Huff for tonight?
Let's see here. What did I put down? Oh, yeah, I do. And this is straight booty Huff because there's so much love for this place. Let me put it up on the screen here.
Sure.
Sad day out in L.A. Let me tell you, over 20 whatever years it's been since Staples Center was built up.
Yes.
Staples did not renew the contract and the letters started coming down. As of December 25th, it will be the Crypto.com Arena. And, let me tell you, like, when I lived out in L.A., I drove past Staples every single day on the way to the train station, getting to and from work. And, I've been in Staples. It's such an amazing arena. And it's been Staples for so long, I don't think I'll ever call it Crypto.com. Like, it's going to be Staples till the day I die.
Yeah, man. To me, that was really surprising to hear. That's like, I don't know, what's that stadium out in Chicago? What's that, Shea Stadium?
Yeah.
It's like that. It was home to some of the most legendary black basketball players. And y'all already know I'm down with 8/24. You know, but not just that. I mean, gosh, Kareem, Worthy, Johnson, you know, Shaq. We'll go ahead and put Shaq out there. But yeah, just kind of sad. And that was kind of one of my little bucket list things to go to, quote unquote, Staples Center. I mean, I know the structure hasn't changed, but you can't help but say, but feel like this is going to feel a little different, especially if you're a Laker fan.
Oh, for sure.
Walking into the crypto.com, that shit don't even sound right to me. I don't know, whatever. Jeannie Buss is, always forward thinking and whatnot. But yeah, man, yeah, really, really sad, really sad.
The Staples Center redcoats are pretty infamous. They're the ushers there. They wear these red suit jackets.
Yeah.
And I believe it was to like match up with the arena, like these red coats. So I wonder if like they're going to keep their red coats because they're pretty well known now, or if they're going to switch to whatever Crypto.com's colors are. Probably
to whatever the Crypto.com's, because at the start of the year, I'm pretty sure about this. I believe, starting January 1st is what I'm hearing, that the Clippers, who, if you guys don't know, they share the arena with the LA Lakers, they're going to have their joint is ready to go.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was watching a Clipper game the other night, and they're like, we're coming down to the last games, here, and it's at the start of the new year, they're saying the Clippers going to have new homes. So, I would have to think that, they would be with these crypto.comers. They're going to go along with whatever they say.
What a shame.
Yeah, shit's crazy. But, all good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
We will end this, you guys, on my booty huff. And, this was crazy because I believe this went down. When did we have our show last week? Was it Thursday?
I think so. It was either Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was Thursday because this shit went down after the game. And I'm taking my booty huff to the hardwood basketball and professional in the NBA. Memphis Grizzlies have been without Ja Morant, it seems like, hell, all month. For real. And I mean, if you're not familiar with Ja Morant, I mean, he's just absolutely amazing. I call him the alien because I just never seen anybody jump like this kid does. And he cannot be human life form. That dude has got to be some sort of alien life form. But, so they've been playing without Ja Morant. And, I'm going to also give this like a little come through for the Memphis Grizzlies because, I mean, this guy, he's like an all-star, yo. I mean, he's fantastic, electrifying, great to watch. And in the, let me count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games without Ja Morant. It's impressive.
Wow.
All right. So, yeah, last Thursday, they were at home versus Oklahoma City Thunder and OKC. You are the booty huff portion of my talk right now. Dude, they went out there to play a Ja Morant-less Memphis Grizzlies and got their ass royally whooped. And I got to ask, OKC Thunder fans, how the hell do you lose 152? First of all, how did you allow these Bama's to score 152 points without Ja Morant on the court? To 79. Booty huff. Y'all was supposed to, I mean, y'all haven't been really great this season, but, y'all was supposed to capitalize off of that, off of Ja not being there, man. And they totally dropped the ball on that.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up booty huff, man. It was disgusting. I mean, I saw that on Sports Center. I was like, what the hell happened out there? Man, I didn't get a chance to watch that game. But, man, it's really surprising. But is there anything else you want to give our ourselves before we check on out of here, Mark?
Yeah, it had a come through.
Sure, let's do it.
It's state football championship season. We've had a lot of good games here in Maryland, but Special come through shout out to California School for the Deaf, Riverside, California.
Okay.
These kids, School for the Deaf, so it's a deaf football team. They've been in existence some like 86 years or something like that. The school's been around.
Cool.
And even the players said throughout history the school has just stunk as far as football goes. And they made it as far as the state championship game. They didn't win, but just it's an amazing accomplishment. High school football team full of deaf players and get to the state championship game.
Yeah, that's a feel good story. You know what? I wanna pair another feel good story with that, and this is a fully 410 feel good story before we sign off.
Okay.
Big shout out, a big whoop whoop to St. Francis Academy basketball team.
Okay.
And why, you ask? Dude, these guys have just been ranked number 15 nationwide.
Damn.
Yeah. So big ups to the players and coaches. And that's, like I said, fully 410 in Baltimore. Of St. Francis Academy's basketball team, man. They've always been good. We played against them in high school. The girls team was even good too. I mean, the girls. I went to let me choose my words carefully with this too. I went to a private Catholic school for high school, Mercy High School. I played on the basketball team, and and this is now we're talking about 93 to 97. Even back then, everybody was afraid to play St. Francis.
Really?
Their players were so intimidating. It seemed like they found the best. They would always, season in, season out, find the best street ballers out there and get them to come to St. Francis. Guys and girls. And not only that, when they came to your school, they came all the way through. They brought their mothers, their grandmothers, their homies, their babysitters, homeboys from around the way. Everybody came with them and they took over your school, man. So, to see them, to know that they, see them still doing it and, at this level, it really warms my heart, man. Really warms my heart.
Yeah.
And, no hard feelings from all the ass whippings that I took at my time at Mercy. Straight up. So, I think that's it for tonight, right?
That's it.
All right. Baltimore, you know how we end this show. Spread love. We are still in a pandemic, like I said. Omarion, the Omicron, the Mamazon, whatever it is that they're calling it right now.
Decepticons.
There have been 3 reported cases here. Let's just be cognizant of what we're doing. We want to spread this thing. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Keisha and Mark. Just a bit outside, and we out.